Hello everyone. I've got something a bit different for you today. It's going to be a short one. I'm just going to give you my personal wrestling Mount Rushmore. So this is going to be sort of the four wrestlers that I like the most. I'm not saying they're the best. I'm not saying they're like the greatest of all time. It's just probably the four that I have liked the most during my time of watching, mainly WWE, but I've watched a few others. But it's mainly WWE. So, let's get started. We're going to start Eddie Guerrero. Absolutely love this guy back in the day when I was younger. The frog splash were great, the lie with cheat with steel, the sort of bad guy but he's a good guy gimmick was lovely. He had just a clean frog splash. The three amigos were great. He had, the great ring attire when he won the championship at like WrestleMania. Absolute great moment. I think, you know, I know he tragically died, but I think that sort of kind of helped his legacy as such. He's remembered fondly. He didn't sort of, drop off and had a lot of bad matches when he was older. He sort of tragically died in his peak, which is obviously sad, but I think it's kind of helped his legacy a bit. Then we're going to go for a popular one, John Cena. During my lifetime, you know, the biggest wrestler by far, the most well known. I kind of, missed the Rock and Austin a bit. I sort of caught the end of it, but, John Cena was like the household name of my generation a bit. He's been in films, he's wrestling, he's good. He's honestly good. He got hated for a while, but he is good at wrestling. He has good matches. He did win all the time, which is a slight downside, but when I was younger, I didn't care that he was winning all the time because I liked him. I loved the spinny belt he had as well when I was younger. Yeah, just a big fan of John Cena. Now, for what is definitely 100% going to be a controversial pick, for me personally, I'm going to put Dolph Ziggler. I know almost no one will agree with me, but for me, I just really like Dolph Ziggler. I think the zigzag is a great move. That Survivor Series match where he was like the last man and won on his own, I thought that were him shooting to superstardom, but it didn't turn out to be. I like that he can be a babyface, a heel. I like the stuff he did with Vicky Guerrero. I like the stuff he did with AJ. I like, everything about him. His finishes good. His moves are good. He can be a heel. He can be a face. He's never really reached the top. He has been champion, but he's never been the sort of the main guy in the company. But for me, I just really love Dolph Ziggler. I even love, the stuff he was doing with um, Bobby Roode, was it? The tag team they had going. I enjoyed that. I think for me, yeah, it's. I mean, definitely, I don't expect people to agree with me, but for me, I just really, really like Dolph Ziggler. I can't say anything else. And then my last pick is going to be not a controversial one. I don't think. I think Chris Jericho is deserving to be on there. He's had so many great characters. He had the stuff in WCW and he was like sort of good at wrestling. And his absolute hyped, WWE entrance, the countdown, the Y2K stuff were great. The Lion Salt, great move. The Lion Tamer, Walls of Jericho, all great moves. He had the big matches when he first came in, double champion. Weren't the best run, but weren't bad. But he's had so many good characters. Came back with a light up jacket, were great. The stuff he did with Kevin Owens, you just made the list. That stuff were great. The New Japan run, he had some good matches, and then I think he really helped AEW get off the ground as well. For me, Chris Jericho, the longevity, the versatility, he just had so many good characters. I think for me, he deserves to be on there. Okay, that was my personal list. I'm sure everyone will disagree with it completely, especially Dolph Ziggler. But I think that's my four favourite wrestlers since I've been watching, which is probably from on and off, since the early 2000s ish. So, let me know maybe who you think deserves to be on here, who you think I should take off. Obviously, Dolph Ziggler for most people, but yeah, that's just my personal favourites list. So, if you have any tier lists you want to see, let me know in the comments. I'll probably get on to doing them. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.